It's a Saturday here in Oakland. Midday, beautiful day to fly, but then every day is a beautiful day to fly. So today I'm going to kind of experiment with 3 different cameras. Right now I'm using my iPhone to do the introductory here. And what I want to do first is go around the plane. I showed the pre-flight on a video earlier this week on the run-up. I'm just going to run through what I do on the exterior of the plane. Now the cameras I'm using today is I'm using, of course, the GoPro 4 Hero 4 that I always use, and then I'm going to be using a Nikon D800 in the still and the video mode to experiment with that. So on the pre-flight, first thing I do is make sure the static port over here is clear, and I do a circular motion. Look underneath. I look and make sure the cotter pin is still intact for the trim tab. Come along the edge. You look and make sure all the nuts are still intact on the hinges. And then you go underneath and you go up and down with it. You go to the tail and you move the tail back and forth. You look down at the nuts again. Make sure that nothing's out of order. Check again on this side for these static ports that work with the pitot-static system. Then I come under here and I look at the gear. And I'm looking for anything out of the ordinary. Wires that don't belong, leaks, any of that kind of stuff. Make sure that the wing locker is shut. You come across to the aileron. This is the trim tab for the aileron. If I stand back, you can see it a little better. It's trim tab. And then make sure everything is fine. There's no binding. I come to the tip, check all that. Now I'm gonna go back and check the fuel sump, which is here. You got one here on the end. I come and check the stall warning horn, make sure that's in operation. And I do the auxiliary sump, cross feed, look again over here. I'll open up this door and check the oil. And I'll run my hands on the propeller on all 3 blades and make sure there's no nicks on them, no bird's nest being built. And whenever you move the prop like I just did, you always do it anticipating that the engine is going to start, so you don't have your head inside of there. It's not going to start, but it could pop and turn. So you look at the gear from this side, and then on a twin Cessna, you look at the nose gear and make sure that the fender in the back here, this is a fender here, I'm hitting with my foot, is aligned up straight so that it can go up into the nose. Here's the nose, and it can all line up right. Then you come over here and you check the gas for the heater, here and here, the fuel. You look at this landing gear, make sure everything's in order. You come up, check the oil for the right engine, right here. Check the props again, like I did. Make sure nothing's out of order. And then you do the cross-feed fuel here, auxiliary here, and then lastly, the sump for the main here. If it was night, you could check the lights and other things like that. So that is my visual inspection pre-flight, and let's switch cameras. Alright, I just switched to the Nikon D800 from that bulky, this is a bulky camera compared to the iPhone, of course. So just doing a walk around the plane. When I'm in flight and using this, I'll be doing the external mic. So let's see what happens when you zoom in on something. Okay, I'm not sure the autofocus feature works very well. So here's a look at the Oakland hills. They're pretty clear. A little bit of haze. Pull it back some. And then here's looking at the hangar row. What we call the new T's. Because the hangars are T-shaped. And it's part of the newer ones. Let's see who's taking off. Let's see who's taking off. Alright. And that's National Air Motive over there. Alright, let's get to the plane. So here's the inside of the airplane as you get into it. I'm using the D800. First and second seats, third and fourth seats, fifth and sixth seats. Here's my god-awful mess of setup for the cameras. And there's the panel.
You have information, Sierra.
Alright, let's get information, Sierra.
Oakland Daytip information, Sierra. 19530. Wind 230 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 17. 2.13. Altimeter 29er 2.
Ground, good afternoon. Twin Cessna 3318Q back VFR request.
Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, Oakland ground. Go ahead with your request, sir.
One Quebec, Cessna Skyline 320, Slant India, New T's, information Sierra request, runway 33 VFR to Auburn today.
Surprise, surprise.
Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, runway 33, taxi via Delta, Juliet, Charlie. Maintain VFR at or below 2,500, standby for squawk.
One Quebec, Delta Juliet, 2,500 or below, one Quebec.
Okay, so we're going to 3-3. We got those takeoff instructions. We're on the center, we're on the taxi line. Put that nose wheel on the taxi line, period. Pay attention. I have a tendency to taxi fast. I have to remember to take the RPMs down a little bit. And especially here in Oakland, you get a prevailing west-northwest wind, which helps push you also. I can put the RPM, the power back to, right now I'm on idle and taxiing right away.
Twin Cessna 18 Quebec, squawk 4526.
4526, only had to change one number there. 4526, one Quebec.
I came in on 4556. So as I'm taxiing to the runway, I'm going to pull out the all-important checklist. I'm not going to gobble up video time running through the checklist. I did post a separate checklist video a few days ago. So if anyone wants to see just the checklist, go to that video and check it out. So here's taxiway Juliet. So we'll get to the run-up, do the checklist, and get back on.
Good afternoon, Twin Cessna 331 Quebec, runway 33, ready for takeoff.
Checklist complete.
November 3318 Quebec, Oakland Tower, runway 33, cleared for takeoff, make a right crosswind departure.
1 Quebec, clear for takeoff, 33, right crosswind departure on the roll, 18 Quebec.
Alright, time, transponder, traffic. Time, transponder, check. Traffic she gave me, and we'll do the boost pumps on the runway. Short runway here, 33. So we put the brakes on, full power, fuel boost pumps on, make sure everything is working right. It is, sounds good, feels good, smells good, we're gone.
November 3 Pop Victor, contact NorCal.
So we're looking for 100 on the airspeed.
Terminated.
There's 50,
Squawk.
60,
Keep your squawk code, contact
70, 80, 90, ignore that moth. There's 100, and just let it fly off the runway. Noise abatement procedures tells us to leave on a crosswind here. Oh, that moth here gets a free ride to Auburn.
Okay, we're climbing out here, blue line, and going on course heading of 022. As you know, takeoff and landing are the most dangerous portions of the flight, so we're looking for anybody that's coming and going that's not paying attention. She'll ask me altitude and check on any
November 18
second.
Quebec radar contact, the altitude.
1 Quebec passing through 800. So at 1,000 AGL, we'll set up for cruise climb. 29 inches of manifold pressure. Slowly pull the props back to 2350. Right here. Synchronize them best you can. And then turn the fuel pumps off one at a time. Left one. And we wait.
November 3 Tango Papa, contact NorCal approach 120.9er.
And the right one.
120.9er, 3 Tango Papa.
Then we lean out the mixtures. I just use the totalizer and go 17 and a half.
Cessna 18 Quebec, contact NorCal approach on 120.9er.
1 Quebec, NorCal 120.9er, thanks, and so long. Okay, so there goes NorCal. Let's call them up. NorCal, good afternoon, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec. Checking in, leaving 1,800, restricted 2,500.
Number 3318 Quebec, NorCal approach, resume on navigation, appropriate VFR altitudes, outside class 12 airspace. What's your requested altitude?
Well, when I Quebec, if I can get just Bravo clearance 3,500 for a final, that would work out great.
November 3318 Quebec, you're cleared to climb the Bravo, 3,500.
When I Quebec, Bravo clearance 3,500. Like I say, repeat the Bravo clearance.
Number 1 approach, Quebec, the Oakland altimeter 992.
1 Quebec, 2992, and you were blocked with somebody else. I'm going to close the cow flaps here. Alright, so we're going to level off at 3,500.
Number 12180, NorCal approach, is that you calling?
Affirmative, yeah, 12180, level with you at 2,000.
Number 180, resume on navigation, appropriate VFR altitudes north and west of the Bay Bridge on your tour, Oakland altimeter 2992.
Okay, VFR discretion, 2992, 180.
NorCal, American 931, we're passing 1100, 43, we're on this antenna.
American 931, NorCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain 4,000.
4,000, American 931.
Good afternoon, departure United 1950, leaving 1,000, climbing via the truck in 2.
American 931, climb maintain 10,000.
Up to 10,000, American 931.
United 1950, NorCal departure, radar contact.
Alright, here is a Nikon D800 camera test.
88-7 Whiskey, clear direct deadhead.
Alright, so I got the Nikon D800.
Number 18 Quebec, contact Travis approach 119.9er.
1 Quebec, Travis now, 19.9. Thanks, and so long. Alright, that was a good test for that first test for the Nikon D800. Travis, good afternoon, Twin Cessna 331 Quebec, checking in level 3,500.
Twin Cessna 3318 Quebec, Travis approach, Travis altimeter 2989er.
1 Quebec. Okay, so we're checked on there. Alright, now let's do...
And Travis, 90 Kilo Charlie has a Cockpit Airport inside.
Between here and Sacramento, we have some time here, and I wanted to do all things being equal.
Number 9 Kilo Charlie, Roger, squawk VFR.
Right now I'm on 1080,
Yeah, thanks for the help, bye-bye.
1080p, 30 frames a minute, medium view. So I'm going to do a minute at some other settings to see how they come out. Okay, so this is the 4K setting, believe it or not, and you only get
Second call sign.
a wide,
454 Alpha, out of 27.
you only get wide, there's 4K.
To the northwest of the mothball fleet.
So we'll do this one for 30 seconds because it'll
Roger.
gobble up a lot of the space. So there's your 4K at wide.
Alpha BE55 front call.
All right, here is your 2.7K
Slant golf, Roger.
at the medium view, 24 frames a second. Now the frames per second would only come into play
454 Alpha, squawk 45.
when you go to slow things down. The more frames per second, the more effects you have for slowdown. But I don't use, I don't do slow motion in the plane. It's good for skateboarding or things like that. Alright, so that's the 2.7K.
Roger.
Here's a 1440K, only available in the wide view. So we'll give that 30 seconds. Or so. So there's your 1440. There's your 1080 Super View. Yeah, I don't like it. It looks really stretched out. Like that Star Trek movie where they took F. Murray Abraham's face and they stretched it to make him look younger. Or that was a guy, his adversary. Anyway, I don't like this, so that's a goodbye. So here's a 1080, 24 frames a second linear, which I have no idea what the linear means. So that's something I'll be looking up when I get back home.
Travis approach, experimental 313, 5000.
Here's another stretch version. This is your 960, 60 frames a second. And it is the wide view, only available on wide view. Another one that's probably good for skateboarding. And this view is the 720
Travis,
Super View, 60 frames
November 13, Papa, Roger.
wide view. So there's your 720 Super View. Here's your 720, 60 frames per second, it is per second, and wide view. I want to do the narrow view. Let me just dump out of this real quick. So here's the usual. This is the medium view, not the narrow or the wide. This is 720 DPI and 60 frames per second. Almost done with this test. And here's your WVGA. No preview available. I have no idea what it looks like. I think the caveman used this setting because this is pretty primitive. That's pretty much running through all the settings. All of them were taken with one stop underexposed so that I'm able to get more of the outside, because if I expose for just the inside, it'll wash out the outside view. And there is my standard view. 1080, 30 frames a second, medium view, underexposed one stop. So we're over the valley here, pretty quiet out. The next thing we'll do is
18 Quebec, contact NorCal approach 125.25.
Next thing we'll go to 2525. 20 Quebec, 2525 for NorCal. Now thanks and good day. Okay. NorCal, good afternoon. Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec. Checking in here, 3,400.
3318 Quebec, NorCal, good afternoon. Verified landing Auburn, Sacramento International, number 2989er.
20 Quebec is landing Auburn. Alright, so that's my check on. So the next thing will be a couple of tests with the camera when we get towards downtown. In fact, I'm going to put the nose a little bit more in that direction. I'm going to take some pictures here and see how they come out.
3318 Quebec, contact approach 127.4.
20 Quebec 27.4. Thanks and so long.
5.25.
2525 for MASH 55.
And NorCal 331 Quebec checking in 3,300.
November 3318 Quebec, NorCal approach. Roger.
Let's do a little video of Sacramento Airport. And here's Sacramento exact.
2 o'clock, 2 miles south westbound, altitude unknown. It's an aircraft, just negative altitude.
And let's see what this ball field looks like here in the video. Here's a little closer one of the tower bridge. This is all handheld, of course. And then we're going to smoothly
Mike Echo, turn right heading 07.
try to zoom in on the capital area.
070 for Mike Echo. Echo.
Good practice for when I have something very important to shoot, like Yosemite or something. All right, here's my last test with the D800. This is McClellan Airfield. All right, so that's the last test of that. Let's get the weather in Auburn.
Auburn Municipal Airport, automated weather observation 2043, Zulu, weather, wind 270 at 4 knots. Visibility more than 10, sky condition clear below 12,000 feet. Temperature 27 Celsius, 2.7 Celsius. Altimeter 2995 inches of mercury. Remarks, density altitude 3,200 feet.
All right, that's
For Mike Echo, traffic no factor.
that's that.
Final approach fixed, cleared ILS, runway 16 approach McClellan.
The one thing for sure, when using that big heavy Nikon camera, you can't fly unless you're in cruise and take pictures. It's good though, I think if I had a videographer with me, they can take interesting pictures while I maneuver the airplane.
2001 to executive, if not in sight, turn 20 degrees left.
Turning 20 degrees left. Contact 840 Charlie.
0 Alpha Yankee, contact approach 125.25.
You hear him say contact to let ATC know that he saw the plane. It's supposed to be traffic in sight or negative contact. And so you don't use the word contact when you are looking for traffic. Just a little note there.
Altitude, climbing 2, please.
You know, I use tally-ho and no joy. Those are military terms, and they get that. But the contact is not supposed to be used unless it's negative contact. So it's traffic in sight. If you see the plane.
1 Quebec, use caution. There's traffic 2 south of the airport maneuvering. Looks like maybe inbound 3,100 indicate altitude. But stay with me for now for additional traffic.
1 Quebec, or we'll be looking for him and we're staying with you. It's a Saturday. It's a busy day. In photography, it's all about the lighting and the exposure. My last flight from Mather was great lighting because it was early in the morning and the sun was behind us. 1 Quebec, no joy on that traffic.
1 Quebec, actually they're off you right now, no factor. The other one still looks like they're inbound Auburn, about 2 south, 2600 indicated. Squawk, VFR, change to advisor frequency approved.
1 Quebec, thanks, and so long.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Auburn's traffic. Auburn area traffic, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec is 11 south, going to enter 45 for left traffic, 25 Auburn, full stop, currently 3,300. That gives any...
Traffic, traffic 870, approximately 1 mile south, in the left 45 for runway 25, Auburn traffic.
Are you full stop or touch and go?
Full stop.
Okay, so he's a full stop. He'll be long on the ground before me unless I...
Delta, runway 25,
unless he has to go around, which is a possibility. Boy, Folsom Lake is unbelievably full just for this time of year. Auburn area traffic, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec, 7 south, descending out of 3,000 for a left 45, 25, Auburn, full stop.
Auburn traffic, traffic 870, entering 45, downwind, runway 25, full stop, Auburn traffic.
All right. And we're low manifold pressure 2 inches every 2 minutes to get below the 300-degree cylinder head temperature. All right, we got the gumps. Gas, undercarriage, mixer prop, speed. Gas would be the tanks on the mains, because that's where the electric auxiliary fuel pumps work off of. And then the electric fuel pumps turned on down below with the arm. Auburn area traffic, Twin Cessna 331 in Quebec is 4 south at 2,000 feet on a left 45 for runway 25, Auburn, full stop. That'll be my final pattern altitude, 2,500 today. So we got gas, everything else we have to wait on because of our speed.
Auburn traffic, takeoff 870, turning left base runway 25, full stop, Auburn traffic.
All right, there's 180 indicated. I can do first notch of flaps, 15 degrees of flaps. That'll help slow us down. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec, turning left downwind for runway 25 at 2,500 feet, Auburn, full stop.
Country, red biplanes on a left 45, runway 2.
Gee, it sounds like Snoopy and the Red Baron there.
Zero, final 25, full stop, Auburn traffic.
Okay, I see the white plane there. And we're midfield downwind. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec, midfield left downwind, runway 25, Auburn. Full stop. We'll extend out number 2. Alright, so let's drop the gear. We're in gear speed. So gas, undercarriage, watching the... I take a video of it, but it's not safe. Undercarriage got a green, mixture is up, and props up. He's over the numbers now. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec, turning left base, runway 25, Auburn, full stop. And we'll stay coordinated and drop the flaps. We'll go full flaps. And he's a little slow. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec, turning final, runway 25, Auburn, full stop. This might be a go-around.
Biplanes turning on a left downwind, up 40.
Auburn traffic, takeoff 870, exiting taxiway D, Auburn traffic.
Taxiway D, okay. Not clear though. Now he's almost clear.
Auburn traffic, takeoff 870, clear the active off taxiway Delta, Auburn traffic.
Alright, that's fine. He sounds like a helicopter. Okay, gas, check undercarriage, got a green mixers, prop up, check, check. Full flaps, we're all good, we're a little high.
Auburn traffic here is 490, Charlie Delta is about 8 to the south, maneuvering for 45 entry for 25 Auburn.
Wow, that's a smooth landing.
Porter 2250 Sierra is at Mach 5, taxiing to runway 25, Auburn.
Told the wife 145, uh-oh, I'm 3 minutes late. Too much goofing off on the ground with the cameras. Alright, so brake straight ahead. Pull back on the elevator, put all the weight on the wheels, announce when clear. Auburn traffic, Twin Cessna 1 in Quebec, clear of 25. Going to parking, Auburn. So that's more of a camera test than a flight test. So when I get home, I'll be cooking them up. And thanks for riding along.